Darkcast Network. Out of the shadows comes the best of indie podcasts.
Welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast, where two lifelong horror fans talk all things horror. Pour yourself your favorite drink and hang out. Here are your hosts, Josh and Jake.
Hey guys, welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And on today's episode, what holiday horror themed episode are we going to be discussing?
We are discussing 2022's The Mean One, directed by Stephen Lamort.
Stephen Lamort. This is a Grinch horror holiday themed parody movie.
But you can't say Grinch.
But you can't say Grinch. The Grinch is unacceptable to say during this movie, so it is The Mean One. And David Howard Thornton,
Yeah.
who is also known as Art the Clown, is the one that portrays the Mean One. I think he does a phenomenal job. I enjoy The Grinch. It is my favorite Christmas movie of all time, so I was super excited to cover this one.
That's your favorite one?
Yeah, one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time, The Grinch with Jim Carrey.
One of or the favorite?
My favorite, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It is my favorite Christmas movie, so I was super excited when me and him had discussed starting off December with a Christmas-themed horror movie that is my favorite character in Christmas movies. But before we get into the episode about The Mean One, what would we like to let anyone new to the J Squared Horror Podcast know?
We'd like to let them know that tomorrow
Oh, shit.
is Josh's birthday.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Oh, shit. I have people out there that love me. Yep. Unfortunately, I'm turning a little bit older tomorrow. So, yeah, this is a birthday episode.
Yeah. So come out, watch it, stream it, do what you got to do. Show support for Josh.
Thank you so much. I hope you guys will watch us or listen to us on whatever platform you so choose.
Speaking of which,
how could they do that, Jake?
You can find us on YouTube. You can like and subscribe on YouTube. I kind of threw myself off there.
Yep, just a little bit.
But we got there.
We're there.
Also, if you want to listen instead, Spotify.
Boom.
Apple.
Boom.
Still Google.
Still Google.
Also, Instagram.
Paga.
J Square Horror Podcast. Link tree in the bio. New episodes every Thursday.
Every single Thursday, two lifelong horror fans decide to get together, drink, and talk about all things horror. Now, humbly, we consider ourselves the most original horror podcast out there because we have yet to find any horror-related content like us. We include fans, we include life stories, we include just thoughts and theories on horror without a lot of information and digging in. We just like genuine conversation about horror. And if you guys think that that sounds fun, stick along because a lot of times you don't know where we're going to go with each episode.
Very true.
Where you can also go is www.jsquaredhorrorpodcast.com. If you're at all interested on being a part of the J Squared Horror Podcast, you can request an episode idea, or you can actually request to be live and in person with the podcast in between the J Squared guys, like Ross Goodman has, like C.I. Jones has. It's a lot of fun, but you do have to answer a questionnaire to make sure you guys aren't going to kill us. And we would gladly have you on the show for an episode if you're choosing. Or if you're nervous about that, like I said, shoot us over an episode idea, and we will more than likely cover it probably after December. What I'd also like to mention is, as you guys hear in the intro, we are a part of the Darkcast Network. It is an amazing indie podcast platform about true crime, dark, independent podcast. They welcomed us in a couple months ago. They have been super supportive of us. By the way, we just got approved for our second year. We were cleared up. We have to sign the contract still, but we were cleared to be a part of Darkcast Network for another year.
Year number 2.
So thank you, everyone in the Darkcast Network, for accepting the J Squared Horror Podcast. Our fans, go out and support those ladies, gentlemen, and content creators on their platform. Now, The Mean One is exactly what you expect out of a Christmas horror-themed parody movie. Yes or no?
So, first of all, I am not a fan of, for whatever reason, Christmas horror movies.
At all?
I don't know why.
Okay.
There's maybe two I like. So I love horror movies, obviously.
I would hope
and
so.
I love Christmas movies. Combining the two, I don't really fuck with. Don't know why.
Oh, interesting. I like them.
But with this one, it is 100% what you expect it to be.
Yeah.
So long as your expectations are correct,
yeah,
you'll enjoy this.
So my question is, we just covered one known as Thanksgiving that came out this year.
Correct.
That is a holiday-themed horror movie.
Yeah.
That a lot of people are excited about.
Yeah.
But we, if you guys go back and listen, we're not fans of that.
Correct.
Now, with this movie being exactly what you expected it to be, and Thanksgiving not being exactly what you expected it to be, is it because A, the promoting and the product that we got, or B, because we both hate Eli Roth so much? Like, what do you think is the core? Because, I mean, honestly, you can watch the Mean One and be like, okay, yeah, I can put this on every Christmas with friends or with people, and and fuck, it's fun. You're going to laugh. You're going to have a good time. But Thanksgiving legitimately pissed us both off. And I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here, but this is a prime example of, like, because we had some comments on YouTube about people like, you guys are taking this too seriously. You guys like Terrifier, but you didn't like this. Like, it was presented to us. In my opinion, it was presented in a different light. That's part of the reason why I hated it so much.
I didn't know people said that.
Yeah, dude, we had comments. People are like, yo, if you like Terrifier, I can't believe you didn't like this. I think, you go ahead, answer my question. I'm going to see if I can find it for us.
Well, I think for me personally, this is probably not the best way to go about it. Is
no, just go at it raw.
I was expecting to not like it because I'm not the biggest Eli Roth fan.
Yeah, yeah.
And for people who are, they loved it, I'm sure. That's just like people who like Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Or John Carpenter. You know, the stuff that they put out, you're excited to see it because you enjoy their work. I don't enjoy his work.
Yeah. So
also, they made it seem like it's going to be the scariest movie of the year.
It was the scariest movie of the year. It was the biggest thing we've gotten all year. Now, the comment that I'm referring to was from 6 days ago. Okay. All right. It was from Antonio Brooks 833.
All right.
He said, "Really? Man, everything cannot be Halloween." Ooh.
Oh, shots fired.
Shots fired. I enjoyed it because it's for the gore fanatics. You see, Terrifier is on the rise in the horror genre with 3 awkward dots. That was the comment that made me think,
Okay, well, going into the original Terrifier movie, this is not Terrifier, obviously, I didn't have any expectation at all.
Nope.
I knew of the character from watching All Hallows Eve.
Yes, All Hallows Eve is how he got his official movie.
It wasn't a huge build-up. It's going to be the scariest movie of the year, all other shit. So you build up that high, and the product, what I see, and I'll admit, I'm not the biggest gore fan.
Yeah.
But for me to enjoy Terrifier 1 and 2, and not fuck with Thanksgiving at all, does a lot to me.
Yeah. I mean, it should prove that, in our opinion, as the 2 hosts of the J Squared Horror Podcast, being that we're best friends and we have similarities in our content enjoyment, Terrifier gave you exactly what you expected, maybe a little bit more, but Thanksgiving was so overly promoted and misrepresented. And Eli Roth, there was just a plethora of things that made Thanksgiving bad. But I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to beat a dead fucking horse. I remember that comment. I want to mention it to you because it's something I want to get into as we grow as a podcast, as we get more fan or people interactions. I don't know if that person's a fan. Clearly, they wanted to have their piece about that. So, Antonio Brooks, thank you for watching. Hopefully, we answer your question somewhat throughout this episode. But I think that, as we mention a lot, if you go through our different episodes, you hear us mention expectations and like how the movie was portrayed in the preview, how it was talked about before it was released, and then the product that we actually get. That's something we try to work into our episodes. Yeah. Because I feel like that's a genuine conversational topic or topics of how to enjoy horror content.
That's why they make movie trailers.
That's why they fucking ruin movie trailers the last fucking 15 years, of course, because they put way too much in there. And The Mean One is a prime example of that, because when you watch the trailer of The Mean One, you pretty much see all the Mean One that you get to see in this movie, which sucks, but it is what it is. It's not the end of the world because it's a low budget labeled parody movie is another big part of my discussion point. Yeah. When you look up Mean One on anything, it says horror comedy parody. When you look up Thanksgiving, it's horror thriller. So for those reasons, I feel like I can enjoy Mean One a little bit more than I can enjoy Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Because my expectations of what I see. Now, I hate Eli Roth. I think that's a joint thing here in the podcast. We're not big Eli Roth guys.
No,
I feel like he's been insulting the horror community.
I like Cabin Fever.
I love Cabin Fever, and that's about it. But you guys can go back and listen to the fucking episode on Thanksgiving if you want. But I just wanted to clear the air on that because it is you can draw some parallels and some comparisons between these parody type holiday movies, because it's not even necessarily holiday. What they seem to be pushing right now is like what we heard about as children, especially our generation. Let's say between 25 and 45-year-olds, of like Winnie the Pooh, of fucking the Grinch, of, I guess they have, as we saw in a video we just watched, they have fucking Humpty Dumpty movies, like horror movies. Like they're doing these fun.
Who the fuck would watch that?
I don't know, but they're doing these fun, like child story horror conversions that I feel like are a good time. You're not gonna, they're never gonna be in the fucking top runnings of Oscars or of even the horror world anything, but you can sit down, laugh with your fucking friends, and have a good time with it. And I feel like The Mean One is a good version of that. It's not something that we're gonna get this like stellar fucking content, deep dives. What would you do if you were Cindy Who Knows or whatever the fuck her name is in this movie? I just feel like it's a good time, and I feel like if you promote the movie properly, it can be in its lane and stay in its lane is all I'm trying to say.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's pretty straightforward. Honestly.
It's pretty fucking straightforward, man. I feel like how you present the movie is how a lot of the fans take it. And for the fans that are able to separate that, good fucking job. I give you a round of applause because I can't. And I go into movies with expectations of what I've been presented.
Yeah. So when watching this movie, my expectations were very low.
Low as shit. It's the Grinch, dude. Like, okay,
yeah,
like
that much to it.
It's just like when I watched Blood and Honey, Winnie the Pooh. I don't think you've seen that one yet.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, you come on, guys. You know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get this over exaggerated fucking comical-esque movie that, like, it's not even close to being on par with the greatest horror comedy of all time, Shaun of the Dead, but it can be a lot of fun to enjoy, and if you take it out of the like super nitpicky community that we sometimes are roped into.
If I have a group of 5 people or more and we are not really paying attention that much to the movie,
yeah, throw that on.
I'd watch this movie.
Yeah, throw it on.
But I'm not ever again on my own going to just watch this movie.
No, this is like you having a Christmas party with some fucking weird ass horror fans and you're like, yo, check this shit out. Yeah, it's definitely funny. You don't have to watch it for the plot points. You don't have to watch it for a lot of action. One of my biggest, I will say this, and let's just go ahead and get into this because I feel like this is a big problem with this movie. So you have David Howard Thornton. I keep saying Horton because of Who's.
Yeah. Although, speaking of Dr. Seuss, Horton Hears a Who.
Great movie.
Great movie.
Horton Hears a Who is like one of the greatest Dr. Seuss movies of all time.
I agree.
I fundamentally agree with that.
Yeah.
We digress. Okay. With this movie, I will say they fucked up huge. I will go ahead and get this out in the air. You can't do a horror comedy parody, if you will, and not give me the proper gore and the proper blood. I'm sorry. That took a huge chunk out of this movie for me.
The gore and the blood.
Yeah. Well, just like the kills. A lot of them are off screen. A lot of them are like noises. Not necessarily you see them.
Yeah.
Not a lot of proper gore.
Are there any kills that stick out? Did you at least enjoy it?
Yes, absolutely. My favorite kill from this movie with the Mean One has got to be the dad. Yeah, the dad.
The dad?
I got to.
With the CGI little thing that came out through the door?
It was a candy cane knife. Actually, you know what? The whole... I'll take that. What was yours, fucker?
So mine was when he went into like the restaurant.
The Santa Claus thing?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
No, you have to pick a fucking kill, bitch.
Okay, fine. So one kill I enjoy. It was a minor kill. When he has a guy by the counter, he has like the thing where you put the receipts on, like the little needle
You know what? Yeah, where you stab tickets.
Yeah, that was my favorite one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And I love
fuck.
As Tom Sweetie mentioned years ago, something when you show it and you cut away, and then you show the impact.
Yeah.
Your mind still thinks what was there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like,
they learned from Mr. Savini himself.
That was good.
I take it back. Can I take back my comment on the dad?
You can, yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right.
I hope you do.
Yeah. Fuck you. Sorry, I've already dropped 13 F-bombs. It's the holiday season.
And this is birthday.
Yeah, forgive me. It's my birthday.
Yeah, come on, guys.
All right. I agree. Because what's crazy is when I was watching it, because at my part-time job where I'm a barista on weekends, when we get food, I punch tickets, and I always think about like, damn, that would hurt. It went through my hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anybody that's worked in the restaurant industry or anything like that knows those ticket punchers. You know, it's always crossed your mind of like, what would it be like if it went through someone's
If I wasn't
neck?
paying attention,
You know, just
put it right through.
Yeah. So I agree. I give you the J Squared horror stamp of killer approval.
We should have a new logo just to put up real quick.
You know how James
Just
A. Janice has the chainsaw?
Yeah,
we gotta come up
about that. Yeah.
Hey, if you fans know anybody that really follows along, comment down below a cool like tagline almost for our favorite kills, and we'll use it. And I can get Jeff Balance to create a cool little logo that we can pop up, and maybe show like a clipping of that or something.
Okay.
Just for a little bit more visual entertainment on the YouTubes here.
You don't have to look at us all day.
You don't have to just stare at our beautiful faces the entire time, because I know we're two of the prettiest in the game. How did you feel about knowing that it was David Howard Thornton?
It made me feel no different. Honestly, a little disappointed because something got mentioned we were watching too.
Go ahead.
Anyone could have did that.
Yeah, anybody could.
It wasn't something to where like, the fact that it was him made it any better. I feel like you don't see, in my opinion, enough of him interacting with people for it to be like distinct to one person.
That's the worst part.
Anyone could have did that.
Anybody could have, but you still saw his mannerisms. So like, even if
like
you didn't know it, the way he moves and the way he does, you definitely get like Art the Clown vibes. But the Grinch is known for being verbal. Even in the Grinch movies, as you know, it's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time.
He did some grunting and
Yeah, but he's comical. He has a voice.
He has a distinct voice.
He has a distinct voice, and I feel like he could have gotten away with the mean one. And he does like a crazy, like epic growl throughout the movie, which is cool because it shows like his animalistic side. But I feel like you missed some dialogue. You did. You missed really good dialogue. You could have made some punny Christmas puns, if you will.
You honestly could have had someone who can do that voice well.
Yeah, you just could have overlapped it. You didn't have to have it be the actor saying it. You just mouth it.
Because that means nothing to me.
No, it doesn't mean. And, you have prime examples of, Ghostface and, obviously with Saul, they got super lucky because Jigsaw does such a fucking good job of being that voice. Yeah. But I feel like there were some missed opportunities on dialogue and like funny Christmas puns that definitely could have been used in this movie. I feel like the writers of this movie, and granted, I'm in the process, but I haven't written a movie completely yet. But I feel like anytime you have a parody, you really need to grab a hold of some like funny Christmassy like horror stuff, because it would be more iconic.
The point of a parody.
It would be more iconic. Shaun of the Dead. You got red on you. We're coming to get you, bro. There's a plethora of them, and it's not even just Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead is just the easiest one for me to think of because as I look up from my studio seat, I have the 2 Shaun of the Dead vinyl idols that I was donated by my cousin.
But that stuff you remember from like
You remember
it came out
forever.
20 years ago.
20 fucking years ago. You remember it, you know? And there's definitely other ones that you can think of. But I feel like, right? Don't you feel like that? There's just a huge missed opportunity in dialogue.
I feel like that, and I would have laid more heavily into the Dr. Seuss aspect.
Yeah, like the one thing they did well, and I don't know who narrated this movie. I didn't research that, but
The rhymes and shit?
yeah, they did a good job with that. I will give them that. They did like the background narrator like you have in the cartoon Grinch, and then the Grinch, and then the new Benedict Cumberbatch Grinch. That's how well I know the Grinch.
I see that.
There's always like Dr. Seuss movies always Horton Hears a Who.
Yeah.
You know, you have the dialect and the dialogue and the narrator going behind it. And they did a good job with that. But having the mean one, also known as the Finch your drinks already, you know, because you can't legally get away with calling it the Grinch.
Which I enjoyed that.
Yeah, there are parts of this movie that are comical, but they're like super subtle in the sense of like that, where it's like they can't call they can't call her Cindy Lou Who, they can't call it Whoville, they call it Newville, they can't call it the Grinch. So when they're talking about the Grinch, this old lady at a bar is calling out drinks for Mr. Finch.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll give you a pat on the back for that.
I did get a chuckle when he said he's a mean one, Mr. Then she said Finch.
Yeah, it was really good.
That was good.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that.
It was really good. But the other thing that just drove me absolutely insane is why waste such great practical makeup on something you barely see in this movie?
The makeup was very
It was Jim Carrey's Grinch turned dark. Like, legitimately. And Jim Carrey's gone on numerous records talking about him having to be with, like, CIA torture experts to get through that makeup process. So it's not something easy because he was in, like, the chair for 10 hours to do his shoot, to then start his shooting.
Damn.
His just to start being in the movie. So it's like, you know, obviously with David's rendition of this, it probably wasn't that intense because he's so off screen. Maybe that's honestly why, because that's why they couldn't keep him on screen for that long, because the makeup process is so intense. I don't know. I
wouldn't do all that for an hour and a half long movie.
No, I wouldn't either.
You know?
But it's cool that they did it. And, you know, you wonder, it's like, you know, you got Krampus, who is the opposite of Santa Claus. You have, like, the Jack Frost, Snowman Turned Evil, Christmas Came Early. I love that movie. But, you know, Black Christmas, which is just a slasher turned Christmassy. Neither here nor there on that one. I haven't seen the original. I've only seen the remake. But I feel like it was a good attempt at an addition to Christmas horror, as much as some people may hate it.
The bar to me for Christmas horror outside of Black Christmas, in some people's opinion, Silent Night, Deadly Night. There are certain movies that
aren't there like 4 of those?
At least 4. Yeah. There are certain movies where, like, yeah, okay, well, that's when I think Christmas horror, I think of those two.
Yeah.
I don't think of Jack Frost.
I do. Are you calling me out right now?
No. I don't think of Jack Frost.
I don't think of.
I do think of Krampus.
Yeah.
But what I do not think of, and will not think of, is this movie here.
You won't.
I will not. Like I said, I'll probably never watch it again.
What if I invite you over to watch it next year?
If you have it on, I'll watch it. I on my own will never watch this movie again.
Mike's
not going to pay $5 for it again either.
Oh yeah, we already got into it. Shit, sorry fans.
Yeah, I saw us on YouTube.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
damn it.
I said, son of a bitch.
I paid $5 for it.
Yeah,
we should let our fans know because we're already into the thicket. Damn.
Pay $5.
Pay $5.
There you go.
Pay $5. Pay $5.
I gotta do it. You gotta do it.
We had to do it. That's $10 for the podcast right there. We haven't made $10 in the existence of this podcast.
Exactly.
We spent
more and more in the red.
We're going more in the negative, Josh. I know, full send, bro. This was my idea. I'm sorry. I'm just such a big Grinch fan, or the mean one. I don't want to say the mean one because I'm not a big fan of this movie, but I am such a Grinch fan. I was happy that I finally got to see it because it came out in 2022.
So you've seen it before, right?
Not this one. This is the first time I watch it.
Oh, I thought you suggested because you've seen it. No?
This is the first time, bub. First time you watched it too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The only reason I was like excited about it is because I was being selfish and I was like, "Ooh, it's my birthday and everybody knows that I love the Grinch."
So the Grinch character, great with.
Yeah, no, I'm
The
great
Grinch
with the
movies
Grinch.
are
Great,
good.
yeah.
This is not good,
This isn't the good. This is not the best.
but at the same time, not the worst because there are like
It's really not the worst though, which
Yeah,
is
that's what I'm
crazy,
saying. So-
which is really insane. It's like right in the middle.
so like characters. I loved the deputy character.
Yeah, Deputy was great.
He was great.
I loved Dr. Seuss. Dr. Zeus.
Dr. Zeus was good too.
Dr. Zeus was really good. Yeah. I did not like the sheriff. I did not like the mayor,
Mayor, I was iffy on.
which,
Kept going back and forth.
if you know anything about the Grinch, you're not supposed to like the mayor character.
Yeah.
But I will say the parts that I did like were when I got the mean one on screen and I got to see David Howard Thornton's like eyes, mannerisms. It was quick, but I just love the Terrifier so much that like it's super cool that he did this because it's not even close to on keel
Yeah.
with Terrifier.
Yeah.
But then it's funny because we were watching YouTube right before the episode just to try to see other people's thoughts and ideas on this. There aren't many,
No.
but I did get to see David, who plays Art the Clown, and the mean one, and he does not look like I thought he did. He just looks like your average IT guy.
He looks
He looks like the dude from he looks like what's that Wilma and Grace? He looks like the dude from Wilma and Grace.
Will and Grace?
Will and Grace?
Like the TV show?
Isn't he gay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Will and Grace.
My bad. William and Grace? Will I am?
Just Will.
Black Eyed Peas? Will and Grace. He looks like that guy.
Jack.
How do you know? What the fuck? We don't remember horror characters' names. You just dropped a Will and Grace name?
I'm a Will and Grace guy.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Does he not look like him? Older.
A little bit. Yeah.
Older. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
So
He has very good face morphs.
So my question is, for these
what?
actresses who are known for playing characters,
Yeah.
they're generally covered up.
Yeah.
Like him, Kane
Hodder. Thank you.
know.
Yeah.
People that's
C.J. Graham.
so that's their thing.
Yeah.
Playing one character covered. I guess they're stuntmen a lot of times.
They are considered stuntmen, but they are also considered icons because of how they portray certain characters.
I consider them more so actors
I do too.
than stuntmen.
I do too.
And that's something I always was super like confused about.
Me
like,
too. Yeah.
They're still acting.
Yeah. Harder than
You
what
know?
most people have to do.
Whether it's physical acting, like, for example, like Jim Carrey did a lot of physical acting. Yeah, he's talking and doing comedy, but he is like acting with his arms and his body too.
Face, eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Your smile.
It's like,
Like there's different things that happen throughout these movies where it's like you're having to use stronger emotions because you are completely covered.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think about that in the aspect of, let's say he played a character who's like a neighbor, like a
Yeah.
mailman or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
We would have seen his face. He could have had dialogue. We have no idea who he is. I feel like more people who are covered up and behind masks should get more love for what they do.
I agree. I thoroughly agree with you. Maybe it's just because we've met a couple of
It
them
just
now.
made me think about that while you mentioned, yeah.
You're right though, because like they get the stunt, like almost like a stunt double, like just like okay, cool, you can throw on a mask and like walk around.
Yeah, so like
There's so much more to it.
Dick Warlock, for example.
Dick Warlock is an amazing guy. First of all,
most time his face covered, besides what, Halloween 3?
yeah, but still, he is an amazing guy. He has been in numerous top tier horror franchises.
Yeah, but
horror movies.
But that goes back to my comment earlier, saying that the fact that it was him under the costume did nothing for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But you can still tell it's him.
100%.
That's the point I'm trying to get across.
Okay.
Because it's like you're saying, like, you should respect these actors that are behind the makeup so much. And when you can tell by movements and facial, like eye acting, mouth acting, face acting, teeth acting, I consider teeth acting a thing. Like different smiles and different ways you manipulate your face to show your teeth. Okay. You can see, hear me out. You can see it in Terrifier as Art the Clown, and you can see it as the mean one. You can look at it and go, oh, that might be the same guy.
Okay.
Which is crazy because they're so doused in makeup and prosthetics.
Did it do more for the character, it being him?
It made the movie better for me.
But the character, no.
No, not the character.
So
I just respect him as that kind of actor.
So it could have been someone else.
It could have been, yes.
And it wouldn't have affected how much you like or
dislike the movie. No.
Okay.
No. It sucks because I wish that I could sit here and be like, yeah, fucking David Howard Thornton saved the movie.
Yeah.
But the movie failed David Howard Thornton.
I feel like he was the draw to the movie.
I feel like he was the draw to the movie.
Yeah.
Because Terrifier, the original, came out. I do not know off the top of my head.
I think by the time this movie came out,
it had been out for years.
Yeah. You had All Hallows Eve, obviously. You had
All Hallows Eve.
Had the first Terrifier. So from
I would say it's like 16, 18 type thing.
Yeah, could be. So from a name standpoint, you know who it is.
You see it and you're like, I'm going to go see this because he's in it.
Se, but
you
know his
style,
acting style.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm in. I'll watch it.
And it sucks because they really didn't utilize him well enough. But also, so this movie does a weird thing where it's like you have Cindy Who Knows Who. Is that her name? It's something like that.
It is like Sydney. Is it Sydney or Cindy?
I think it's Sydney.
I don't like that.
Let's just check. I'm just going to check just to fact check. I know we're not good at this.
I'm pretty sure we heard.
I'm pretty sure they said Sydney, which I was thinking of Prescott the entire time.
I think it is Cindy or Sydney. Who knows who? I don't like all this. Can't use it. Workaround.
Well, you really can't. It's legitimate legalities. It's Cindy.
So it is Cindy.
It is Cindy.
Okay, so other people were saying it wrong.
Other people were saying it wrong.
So it's Cindy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wish. Actually, now thinking about it, I don't think it would have made the movie any better if they were able to use the actual names or not.
Because it's a play. It's like a ploy. It's a parody.
Newville. Dr. Zeus.
Yeah.
Which is, whatever.
Fine. But I feel, so how do you feel like her, Cindy's story was? Like, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was about to just jump right into it.
I enjoyed it up into the point where she turned into the girl from Your Next.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, she is like the most trained person in every possible
Laurie
tactical
Strode from 2018 Halloween.
Yeah.
It's like
on steroids.
Yeah, on steroids.
But prior to then, I liked the little flirting with her and the deputy. I enjoyed that.
It's cute. It's your normal.
She was a
horror
normal
trope.
person.
Yeah.
She went through the trauma of losing her mom, now her dad.
Yeah. Being back in Newville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now getting to a point where now she can, when she was shooting at the target.
Yeah. It went from missing it by 10 feet to.
Come on.
CGI pinks.
Hitting it from the belly button all the way up to the head, straight through. Like, come on.
Yeah. It's very unrealistic. And, Laurie Strode did that shit for 40 years, so.
Yeah.
At least we can understand that.
And she still was struggling.
Struggling at best. But, so the main plot of this movie is very similar to The Grinch, which is why it's called The Mean One, which is why it's based off of Whoville and Cindy Lou Who and The Grinch, right? Okay. We all know this. We don't have to dance around this because we will not hit copyright infringements, nor will we be asked for cease and desist because we're not that big yet. So we can say whatever we want on the J Squared Horror Podcast, which is nice. But what I will say is this. Cindy, who knows what, in this movie, portraying Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch, they did fine up until, in my opinion, that they were trying to portray the mean one, which is his name in this movie, as not that. He was innocent until blamed for evil, which made him evil.
Okay.
I don't like that.
Like towards the end?
Yes, because...
When she gave him a kiss?
Yes, but here's why. Read the synopsis of the mean one, right?
Okay.
So let me see if I can find it real quick. If it's the same as it was on... Yeah, here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
The Mean One is a Christmas horror parody in a sleepy mountain town. Cindy's parents are murdered, and her Christmas is stolen by a bloodthirsty green figure in a red Santa Claus suit. The Mean One, but when the ravenous, Christmas-hating creature begins to terrorize the town and threatens to ruin the holiday, she finds a new purpose, trapping and killing the monster.
Yeah.
That's the synopsis of the Mean One, which is fundamentally incorrect.
That was her intent, though.
But it's fundamentally incorrect.
Was to kill it, and she did.
But fundamentally incorrect.
How?
So many reasons. Because of the end of this movie.
Okay. How?
Every movie has to be based on all three parts, in my opinion. And I'm currently reading a screenwriting book which would agree with me. There are parts to movies in which you hook and keep a viewer's interest.
Okay.
Correct? So it's the beginning, the middle, and the end is the easiest way to describe that. Beginning of the movie is the Mean One is what appears to be stealing Christmas, then kills her mom. Which is not the case. What happened was he was potentially actually Santa Claus bringing Christmas, and then was blamed for being a monster, and then turns evil.
Did he kill her mom?
No, it was an accident.
Did he do it?
He was in self-defense.
Did he kill her mom?
No. The Nutcracker killed her mom.
But he pushed her, right?
No, he survived. It would be different if she came down the stairs and said, what's going on?
So
and then he was like...
You're allowing him to use self-defense.
Self-defense? I believe it, 1,000%.
Okay, so him defending himself.
Absolutely.
And killing her mom. And then him
a crazy circumstance happened where the mom got 86'd by a decoration.
And him getting blamed for that.
Yes.
And the fact that he then on was purposely
evil.
That's okay for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? No. Wait. Did you just trick me? Fuck. Should have listened to the full question.
So in your
if
eyes,
he
in
would
your
have,
eyes, he's not a monster. What you're saying?
He was not. Which really.
So the other hour of the movie in between the mom and him dying at the end.
Yeah.
Everything he did was justified.
No. I'm not saying any of that was justified. I did not say.
You're saying he wasn't a monster? You're saying what he did was valid.
No, that's not what I meant to say.
That's what you said.
That's not what I meant to say.
That's what you said.
That may have been what I said, but that's not what I meant.
What did you mean to say that?
What I meant to say was I hate the idea that he wasn't evil from the jump. I hate that there was a reason behind his evil because he got called a monster when he wasn't, so then he decided to be a monster. It'd be like some people, I watched a quick little TikTok the other day about people saying that Dr. Loomis caused Michael Myers to be as evil as he was because he was constantly being told how evil he was when he might not have been, and that Dr. Loomis single-handedly created the monster that is Michael Myers.
Do you believe that?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But that's what the Mean One is doing. That's what pissed me off. So because of the circumstances of the original interaction between Cindy Who Knows Who and the Mean One, he when she came downstairs, called him a monster, started beating him with this here nutcracker, and then she falls on said nutcracker, and then Cindy, who knows who, calls him a monster. Then he screams and starts to turn evil. I feel like it's just a very weak plot line.
So it's like Halloween Ends almost.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I wish that he would have been there like stealing shit and then just was like, this is, like he takes a fucking candy cane out of his bag and rips her fucking esophagus out. Like that to me would have been more you paying homage to a horror-esque Grinch than him being nice first and then becoming evil and just sticking with it until he got kissed on the cheek and his heart grew 3 times. I don't know. I feel like that was a very weak plot point.
So I'm not familiar with the Grinch historically.
Yeah, I'm very. Yeah.
In the other movies, does he start out evil?
Well, he's just Well, he didn't. As a kid, he was just he was green. So
he was a normal.
People picked on him.
A normal good person.
He was a who, but people didn't fuck with him because he was green and had a beard.
So the other people caused him to change.
Yes.
That's the exact same thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but no. God damn it! All right, I just hit my minute mark here.
I got him again, guys.
Damn it! Gosh darn it! You know what, dude? You're good at this. You are good at this. I'm no Grinch expert, but
I mean, I'm not a Grinch expert.
I'm no Grinch expert, but I'm going to go
sure.
ahead and turn you.
I'm pretty sure it's just based on what I remember from Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
and him being a little kid in the classroom and stuff.
Yeah,
and,
when he gets
people were shitty to him.
Shave your face.
Well, fuck you guys.
What a hack job! Yeah.
So now I'm evil, and then you can make me feel good, and his heart will blow up. And we'll do our thing.
So the cool thing about this movie is that when his heart grows 3 times too big, he blows up, and that's how he dies.
That was good, and I feel like
one of the better parts
that was
of the
going
movie
to happen when he started like moaning, like shaking. Yeah, he's going to explode.
He's going to explode, but he rolled over, which was interesting.
So you can see his heart blow out the back. I guess.
Yeah, it was like splattered on the hardwood floor. So Cindy, who knows who? That might not be her exact name, but we're close enough.
Yeah, I think that might be it, or Sydney. Not Sydney.
Haha, you did it.
Cindy.
Who?
You know who?
Oh, I think it is Cindy. You know who?
Yeah,
yeah.
Because you can't.
I said who knows who?
Yeah, because you can't say.
I guess you can't say who.
Yeah,
yeah. So that part was interesting. That's how the whole movie ended, was by how the savior of the actual Grinch was, because that medically doesn't make sense that your heart could grow 3 times as big and it doesn't blow out of your chest. But Jim Carrey's Grinch, you actually see it.
Which should also make it explode.
It would make it physically explode. So there are, it has the whole corny action stuff, candy cane, painted guns, snipers, like a kind of like a what's that fucking? It's not a holiday movie, but it is a holiday movie. What's that shit called?
Die Hard.
Die Hard. It gives you a little Die Hard action. But overall, that's how the movie ends. And it's up to the eye of the beholder for how you enjoy this movie. We would love to hear your guys' opinions on this here fine film. It is called The Main One. It is on Amazon Prime for $4.99. Also, I guess, on YouTube.
You're only allowed to watch it on Amazon.
For free. Yeah, you have to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or, no, Amazon.
Spend the $5.
Spend the $5. That way you can be in debt like we are. Enjoy this here content. And then, now that you're at the end of our episode, enjoy our episode on it. I don't have anything else to say about this fucking movie because you done flipped my script on me. So
I got nothing either. I am ready for the ratings, though.
On a scale from 1 to 10, where is it the mean one? A mean one?
The mean one.
The mean one fall for you, bud.
On a scale from 1 to 10, the mean one is a 5.
Perfectly in the middle for you.
Right in the middle. It's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not.
Yep.
It's an average movie, I feel like.
I agree. So with that being said, on a scale from 1 to 10, the Grinch loving horror fan of the J Squared Horror Podcast would also rate this a 5.
All right, there we go. Agreement.
It is a 100% agreement, ladies and gentlemen.
Right in the middle.
I know. We're right there with each other. I feel like Jake hit the nail on the head with this one. You can enjoy it, but it's not the best movie in the world. Not the worst movie in the world.
Yeah.
There are other ones worse, and there are other ones better out there. But for a holiday-themed horror parody, I feel like this one belongs in a nice 5. It earned its spot.
I agree.
This was fun. I really hate that you used the Grinch against me. I'm a little offended right now.
I'm not that familiar with the Grinch.
Clearly,
I'm not
more
like
familiar than the Grinch fan
I'm
of
not
the
a
podcast.
Grinch aficionado like yourself. You know,
I have a Grinch quilt in my living room right now. So, fuck you. No, it was fun. That's why I like doing this podcast with you, man, because you were able to do shit like that. That blows my mind. We are sticking to the holiday-themed episodes.
we're gonna cover Scrooge again, right?
No.
Since you guys didn't watch the last one, we're gonna do it again.
What's the name of the movie we're going to... Oh, it's Warner. Okay, I got it. Is that it, right?
That is it.
Okay. Next week, in continuing our Happy Horror Days, as I called it on Instagram the other day, Happy Horror Days is a nice little month-long, hopefully you guys are vibing with it like we are, all holiday-themed horror movies. So next week, we're going to bring something that we haven't seen yet. It came out in 2023. It is called It's a Wonderful Knife. It appears to be available on AMC Plus and some others. Amazon Prime with the premium subscription.
Okay.
We are going to be covering that. It is also another horror comedy.
Oh boy.
I'm excited about it. I haven't seen it yet, but I know it has who?
Justin Long.
You know he's a returning member here of the J Squared Horror Podcast. We've covered a couple of movies that he's been in, such as
Barbarian
and Tusk. So we're excited. I like seeing Justin Long. He was in the new Goosebumps series, which I thought he did a good job in. We're gonna cover It's a Wonderful Knife next week. So hopefully you guys have time to prepare and watch this before we get into it. Hopefully you guys are vibing with the Happy Horror Days, man, because last year it didn't pan out so well for us. I think we're still trying to figure out the way we do things here at the J Squared Horror Podcast.
We got to figure it out now, so listen.
But yeah, I'm super excited. So now that the fans have made it to this point of the podcast, to every single fucking one of you that subscribed last week, if you're still sticking around, thank you guys so much. This was our greatest growth week to week ever in the J Squared Horror Podcast across all facets of the podcast. This was we're heading out of the greatest week that the J Squared Horror Podcast has ever seen.
Yeah.
So for that, I give you a round of applause.
Thank
if you
you.
new fans have stuck around this long, thank you guys so much. Obviously, you've subscribed. Share it with your friends. Let everybody know that we're a fun, original horror podcast. We always want to give a humongous shout out to our main supporters. Jeff Balance, who does our design work. Any J Squared Horror related things that you see us wearing or rocking in the videos or anything of that nature, that is done by Jeff Balance himself. If you have any graphic design needs that you need done by him, let us know and we can send you his information. He usually hooks our fans up with great deals.
Yeah.
Lucky Riggs, who does our intro and our outro music. As you guys hear every single week, Lucky Riggs was hit with some random ideas from some crazy guys that have a horror podcast, and he knocked it out of the park with his own renditions of horror music. So thank you so much, Lucky Riggs. We appreciate you so much, brother.
Thank you.
I see you every week at work, but I still love you. And I appreciate what you did for the podcast. A humongous shout out to Mr. Jake himself for being the world's greatest co-host a guy could ask for.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being next to me every week and covering these fun and exciting movies with me. Thank you for being a great best friend. I love you, man. I appreciate you so much.
Love you too, man.
Thank you, man. Big shout out to every single one of you fans, from the day one fans to the new fans. We appreciate you guys equally. We love you guys, and we hope you enjoy our content. Make sure to chime in so we can include you guys in the episodes. As you saw, we read out a couple YouTube comments, or at least one YouTube comment today. That's something we're going to be working on when we get them every week.
Yeah.
So that way you can get answers for your questions in a version live and in person. Happy Knife Day next week. I think that's all I got.
It's a wonderful knife.
It's a wonderful. What did I say?
Happy Knife Day.
That's interesting. It's a wonderful knife. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
You guys have a great week. And remember, it's hip to be squared.